definition of beauty, only about 4% of women around the world have decided that they are beautiful. This is disheartening. It's time we redefine beauty. You may be okay with society's definition of beauty, or you may have one of your own. You may not think it's my place to prompt you to redefine beauty, but let me tell you something. Achieving beauty is something that preoccupies the nation at an unhealthy level. Not only are people spending way too much time trying to be beautiful, but beauty is defined by the media is virtually unachievable. Aurora Healthcare has deduced that models are thinner than 98% of women. Until the CEOs behind the media care that they're provoking life-threatening mental illnesses of 24 million Americans, it is up to us to redefine beauty and to realize that no matter how attractive that one person on that show may appear, we are all beautiful. 24 million Americans. 24 million Americans are trying to achieve beauty by destroying their bodies. 24 million Americans is about 8% of people in this country. How many Facebook friends do you have? 400? 32 of them have eating disorders. 800? 64 of them are so preoccupied with counting calories, resisting rations, and worrying about weight that they can hardly focus on anything else. What these people are doing to their bodies is unhealthy. Having diseases such as anorexia nervosa and bulimia nervosa are as, if not more, physically unhealthy than being overweight. The South Carolina Department of Mental Health stated that eating disorders have the highest mortality rate of any mental illness. It's not just women, though. In his book, The Self-Esteem Book, Dr. Joe Rubino stated that 85% of the world's population suffers from low self-esteem. It's unfortunate that so many people spend countless time and energy worrying about beauty when they could be using all that brain power for working to make the world a better place. The New York Times estimated in 2007 that you are exposed to over 5,000 advertisements a day. 5,000 advertisements, many of which have the same underlying message. You are not good enough. Something about you needs to change. Advertisements, commercials, magazines, television shows, movies, every human being that the media deems worthy to be aired, printed, and recorded defines beauty in your mind. The media is difficult to criticize, however, because one could argue that what the media displays is simply a reflection of what we, as a society, want to see. This is why we must reflect upon our own actions. Many people feel pressured to conform to society's definition of beauty by none other than their family and friends. Slipping in snide comments to your friend about their appearance or pointing out your family members' physical flaws have detrimental effects. We are part of the problem, and it's about time we do our part to make the world a place filled with confident people. The first thing we need to do is to redefine beauty. It is frequently said that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. For example, to one person, beauty may be a really old and beat-up Model T Ford. To another, a succulent bacon cheeseburger. Beauty may be lace. Beauty may be sacrifice, a poem, discovery, whales, music, dancing in the rain near midnight till you're soaked to your skin and there's nothing left in this world but you and the stars. What do all these things have in common? It is simply that they bring happiness to the person who sees beauty in them. Why do we use the same philosophy when applying beauty to a human being? Why do we define a beautiful person as someone who is physically attractive when we define all other beautiful things as things that make us happy? Every single person in this gym makes someone happy, even if they don't know it. Therefore, every single person in this gym is beautiful. With this definition of beauty, our solution to worldwide self-deprecation is really quite simple. All you need to do is to remember that no matter what anyone says about your body, you are beautiful because you make someone happy. It's also our responsibility to remind those around us how beautiful they are. Last month, I talked to a girl I met a few years ago out of suicide. I did this by telling her, among other things, that she is beautiful because she makes me happy, and because she makes those around her happy. It's also important to remember that it's not a bad idea to strive to be fit. It's perfectly okay to want a lean or muscular body as long as you go after it in a healthy way that doesn't suck up all your time and energy. Even with this in mind, we must remember that our ultimate goal should not have anything to do with our bodies. The admirable J.K. Rowling once said, "Fat is usually insult a girl throws at another girl when she wants to hurt her? Is fat really the worst thing a human being can be? Is fat worse than vindictive, jealous, shallow, vain, boring, or cruel? Not to me. Though we are drowning in media that's defined beauty for us, we now have something to keep us afloat. We now have the knowledge that beauty is not red lips and proportioned curves. We know that beauty is not ripped biceps and a six-pack. We are aware that beauty is a gauge of how much happiness a person adds to this earth, and it is our job to realize that we are beautiful, and to constantly stress to those around us how happy they make us, and that makes them beautiful. So from now on, use beautiful as an adjective not for those you find attractive, but for those who make you happy. These actions may seem like baby steps, but once executed are a huge step for humanity. Beauty is not skin deep. And besides, we'll all look the same 7 years from now anyway.